Guys, My Neighbor Totoro. Oh my god. This is a classic, and it's a classic for a reason. It is delightful and wonderful and so lovely. It's gonna be hard to say anything that hasn't been said a million freaking times about this movie. If you've never seen it, you need to see it. It's on HBO Max. That's how I got to see it. All of Miyazaki's movies are on there, and I'm like, I should watch all of them. And then this is just gonna become the Miyazaki show. But yeah, it's so great and so lovely. If you're unfamiliar about this movie, basically this family with two little girls, move to the countryside, and they just have like little kid adventures, and it's the most adorable thing. What I really love about this movie is how these two kids act legit like real kids, something you never see in movies. It's just kids just playing and being so real and so silly, and just it's the best. It's the best, guys. Like, I super empathize with the little sister just tagging along with the older sister. Like, that is 100% a thing that I did with my brother Kyle all the time, where he wasn't as big of a fan of it as this older sister is, but still, like, it's exactly what kids do, and it's so great and so like realistic, even though it's totally whimsical and stuff. Um, and then I also just love the dad. He's like a really good father. He goes along with the silly stuff the girls do, and he's just a great guy. He's so awesome. Though since I'm gonna definitely watch more Miyazaki movies, I was wondering people's opinions on dubbed versus subbed. If I should watch, in the original Japanese language, or if I should watch in English. I kind of feel maybe with cartoons it's more okay to watch dubbed, but live action I'm very much you should do subbed. Definitely. Yeah, I went dubbed for this one just because I was just like, let's just keep it simple and go dubbed. But yeah, just let me know what you think I should do with the other ones. Maybe some are better subbed versus dubbed, and vice versa for other ones. I don't know. But yeah, obviously I love this movie. How can you not love this movie? It's adorable. If I'm ever lucky enough to have kids, they're gonna watch this movie all the freaking time. And now on to Seberg. So this is a 2019 or 2020 movie. I can't tell when it actually came out. Movie starring Kristen Stewart, Anthony Mackie, Jack O'Connell, and Margaret Qualley, who I want to watch more movies of because she's kind of delightful. But the movie premise is it's about Jean Seberg, the famous actress from back in the day. You might know her from Painter Wagon is one of her big films, because I know all of you love Western musicals from the early 60s. But yeah, basically, she helps support some black society people, like Black Panthers and some other people, and then the U.S. government's like, you can't do that, and then they basically terrorize her for a really long time, and it drives her crazy, and it's really sad. But yeah, it's all based on true stuff. Like, this really happened. There's lots of reports of it happening, and they terrorized the government. The U.S. government terrorized more than just this little white lady. They also terrorized a lot of black people, and it's really sad. Um, I like this movie. I definitely think it's kind of a middle of the road movie. I think Kristen Stewart does solid in it, like a good performance. Like I said with my Underwater review, I really like Kristen Stewart. I think she's a good actress, even though she gets a stupid amount of hate for some reason. Um, I don't know. I think the base story is probably the most interesting part of it. I think is more the execution of the story just kind of didn't work that great. It might have been like the pacing. I'm not really sure. I can't really put my finger on exactly what went wrong with this movie. It could have just been like her going crazy was kind of like, it was like nothing, a little bit, and then a lot, where it should have been more gradual. Maybe. I'm not sure. I mean, I still enjoyed it. It was just, I don't know. Now, Jeff, who lives at home? This movie. Okay. So this movie stars Jason Segel, Ed Harris, Judy Greer, who I want to watch more movies of too. She's delightful in this. And then Susan Sarandon. This came out in 2011, and I might have seen this movie before. If I did, I don't remember it at all, but I kind of feel like I watched it. But after watching it, I'm like, yeah, I can understand why I didn't remember watching it, because it's kind of a nothing movie. The premise, Jeff, who lives at home, is basically this big stoner, and he just gets stoned one day and goes on an adventure. It's about fate and destiny, and a lot of like coincidental stuff keeps happening, and it could be because he's stoned or because the universe is trying to guide him towards something. I mean, that's definitely what they want the movie to be about. I don't know. It wasn't interesting. Ed Harris is super unlikable. He's just a big douche to his wife Judy Greer, and Judy Greer is just like she's trying to make the best of this, and she does kind of do something shitty, but like she's just in a bad place. Like it's definitely Ed Harris's fault that their marriage isn't working. Um, and then Sarandon's plot is all right, I guess. I don't know. It's about sexuality. Um, but I don't know. I mean, really, I think the easiest way to describe this movie is a stoned giant stalks people. That's essentially the plot of this movie. And I initially actually ranked it into the liked category, but like the more and more I thought about this movie, the more I was just like, no, no, it's not good. It's really not good. It's definitely a meh movie. I didn't hate it because Judy Greer, but still, it's. Also, if you do decide you want to watch this meh thing, um, it immediately spoils the movie Signs, which is a fine movie. I remember liking it back in the day. But if you don't want the movie Signs spoiled, which I'd recommend just watching that instead of this, watch that first and then watch this if you really want to watch this. But I'd say don't watch this. Don't watch this movie. Watch The Muppets instead, because that came out the same year, and that's much better. And it also stars Jason Segel. Watch The Muppets.